Hey guys, it's me, Bulldog. I figure I would jump in here real quick and kind of give you a little bit of piece of good advice here. If you have Dougie Two West as an administrator on your channel, you might want to consider. And I hate to say it, but you got to take his wrench. And there's good reasons behind that. I'm putting it out there that you should do so. Um, his daughter's going to end up with his phone. And so if he's logged in on his YouTube account on his phone, they can go into the rooms that he visits. And if he's got administration rights, they can do some damage. So I am just putting it out there that if Dougie Two West was an administrator in on your channel, it would be recommended that you pull his wrench. So now I saw the video that his daughter and kid behind the camera put out. I'm not even going to feed into it because of the fact that this is what they would want you to do. So I would like to say let's just keep the negativity out of this whole light of shit. It is what it is. We know the truth of the matter, and we're just not going to feed into it anymore. It's done, and there's no sense in continuing on with any of it. What's that? What? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? I'm at work. I got to thinking about things today because uh, Bridget and Doug on kid behind the counter. Mike, Bridget, and Mike are going to be in possession of Dougie's electronics and what have you not. They went out to go pick his phone up. So I can only imagine if Dougie's an administrator on some of the sites and stuff like that, they may, and I would hope they wouldn't do anything like that. But the thing of it is, given the circumstances of that precede them, I wouldn't doubt that they would do something like that. I mean, I would love to tear into the bullshit and break down the video that they did, but like I said, it's not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth the aggravation. I think Doug would want any of this just that. I think it's just time for it to stop. I just want to take that video that him and her did was just chalked. I want to chalk it up to emotions being played here. A part of her grieving kind of ordeal, and just leave it at that. Just like when I streamed my first stream, when I found out about this thing about Doug, I was woken up out of a dead doggone thing with this thing going on and all that. And I didn't get the full scoop of it until in the duration of doing that stream to find out that, other things were at play. So just like I would want them to ignore that, I'm going to ignore that video that they did and just say, look forward and just keep in your memories of the good times that you remember of Doug. Not so much of the negative. And raise your children the best you can, brother. That's all I got to say on it. Do the best you can as a father, do the best as you can as a mother, and just, I don't know, be good to one another. Be good. Well, anyways, with that out of the way, how's everybody else doing? Got 6 people in here. Hey, James. Good morning to you as well. What is that, James? Messiah? It's an interesting name. Oh, now that's right. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Let's chat. What's up? I only have a little bit here to do this, so By the way, I did. I don't know if I said it last night or not. I probably have, but I wanted to thank Isaac for doing what he did with the deal with Doug. I certainly appreciated the fact that he was keeping it very, very peaceful. As soon as I can remember how to do this thing, I definitely would see if I can find this. Let's see. I already removed Steve Billings from the block list the other day. I was looking around trying to find trying to find. Oh wait, well, okay. Okay. Wow. Well, anyways, if Isaac ever wanted to make his way in here, Isaac's not on the block list. So, well, yeah, because he had been unblocked from the channel for some time now. Hey, bulldog, how you doing? I'm doing okay, Jordan. I'm doing a-okay. I'm just trying to contemplate things and take a step back before reacting to shit. And, I think from time to time we got to do that, when you hear something negative and stuff, instead of going off broadsided, it's better to take a step back and look around you before your reaction. Because this is sort of like the social media outlet kind of ordeal, and you don't want to put anything out there that can feed into animosity or problems, as you might want to say. It's one of the things that I was trying to, that I've been working on with Doug for the longest time. To try to, curb some of the things that he had been doing. Because when you bring negativity into a situation, you're going to get a nasty response. You'll get people who leave you alone, and I never wanted that for him. And I think he's always known that. At the time, I think that's the reason why probably let me stick around with him as long as I have, because I made sense with him. You know, now Steve Billings, if you do end up coming in here, you're set. You can come up on panel if you want. I'll put the link up here. Anybody wanting to come up on panel can do so. Let's see. There is the link. So I might as well pin it real quick. Oh shit. I just noticed that. What the hell? YouTube changed its thing there. Just done it recently, but now I got the link into the comments, guys. So, hi Anthony, how you doing, brother? Oh my God. Oh, Joycey. Yes. Joycey, yes. Doug has passed on. He's not with us no more. I didn't catch your name up there. Well, now, the one you could remember your name up there. It said, go ahead here. Mhm. So if anybody wants to come on up on the panel, just click on the link. Come on up. Yeah, we can kick it. We can kick it on a Sunday night. Actually, it's Monday morning now. Yep, Monday morning, about 2 a.m. I got your hay, and I raise you a hay. How you doing, brother? I take it you love Fords. I don't mind Fords. Really, I don't. The only problem that I have with Fords is with their parts being ridiculously high. Anything breaks on it, it's going to cost you literally an arm and a leg. I grew up with Ford. Yeah, me too. Believe it or not, I did too. I had all different kinds of Ford vehicles, but I wanted to get away from Ford because the overpricing on their parts. It's not that their parts aren't of a good high quality; they are, but they're just too goddamn expensive. My parents had a 1991 um, Colony Park 1995 town car and 1998 Expedition when I grew up as a kid. Oh man, that's awesome. Awesome. I've had a Ford F-150, Ford Escort, a Ford Ranger. I've had a few Fords. And even though I did like them, they were good. And it's just that. And the funny thing is, um, they don't hold their value worth a shit when it comes to the resale in states like Minnesota and stuff like that. In Minnesota, they're practically given away. And the reason for it is again, high quality of its parts being overpriced and it being a snowy state. It just makes it impractical to repair them. It just send it down the road to the next sucker that'll buy into it. And I just so happened to been that sucker, being on a fixed income at the time. It's almost like it was making me be a Ford person. Yeah. But it's not that I didn't want to be a Ford person, because trust me, Fords are good. They're tough. They're good. Just once it break down to a point of no repair, then even I would get rid of it. Let's see. My channel used to be Chevy Man, but renamed it to Ford Enthusiast 95 because I grew up with Ford. Yeah, my brother-in-law, and well, actually, both of my brother-in-laws all have Ford. Yeah, the Ford Broncos, Ford Expedition. Uh, yeah, that's how I got turned on to Ford to see them. So, Ford with a tractor. Oh wow, my dad had that. 30. The Infinities are good cars. With me, I always bought used cars over the years because, well, I couldn't go into a, oh, well, um, surprise people, fortunate. Wow, good man, good man's in here. Huh? It's a Mercury. Oh, are you trying to say Mercury LaSable? My grandmother mostly had Buicks, and my mom had Chevy. See, right now, I finally got from underneath Ford and got a Nissan. And unfortunately, I was able to, at least get it through a car lot. I was hoping my dad would have kept it in my childhood in 2004. We bought the Solero too. Don't know why, but uh, to my mom who crashed it a year later. Oh wow. Kentucky Dip Man, there he is. And she had the 2006 Camry that broke the myth of the quality. And Solero had issues. Oh wow. Now my grandmother's side, I had a great uncle who worked at Ford Motors company in Detroit. He had handling and driving problems, and my dad for customer service from Toyota. Oh wow. I'll tell you a good Toyota. Toyota Tundra. Those are good. And so are the Dakotas. Those are two good Toyota products I'll back. Oh, another thing that I had a Ford, I had a Ford Econoline too. I also had a, um, no, that was a Chrysler. I had a Chrysler Town and Country, 1977 Chrysler Town and Country station wagon. That was the boss of the road. That shit was, oh, dude. I wish I had that. I wish I had that today. I got friends and his father owns Chevy. Chevy, I don't know. I'm not a Chevy fan. They tune them up. They're up for Mustang. Oh wow, it's ironic. There's experience with three-fourth vehicles, but had opposite experience with the Toyota. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Toyota usually does make a good product, and their parts are cheap. When a Toyota part goes out, it's affordable to replace. My mom, when she drove the Expedition, she felt like she was the king of the road. Oh, of course, it's a big vehicle. Score other drivers. My older sister had for the Mustang. Yeah, that's cool. I would never want a cruiser. Yeah, parts go out on that. It's gonna be expensive as hell, and they're easy to break down. Yeah, my mom's expedition from 1997 to 2010. My mom's Camry lasted from 2005 to 2011. My oldest sister destroyed it, and I was so happy. Oh my goodness. Hey, Porch Man. I'm doing okay. How are you doing, brother? Dougie passed away, Porch Man. I don't know if you know that or not. My little stepbrother had multiple Mustangs. Yeah, Mustangs are good cars. They're sadly had ear core and rotations. Oh my God. Toyota quality, yeah. Mm, I heard about that. Okay. That was for the American cars are crap. Right down. I'm doing well. Yes, I'm coming out. Sad. Rest in peace. Yeah, thank you, brother. Last night we were doing a pretty good stream. We had people up on the panel who wanted to pay tribute to him and stuff. And it was a good stream. Up to 5 years, huh? I swear, every time I hear American cars or about after 3 to 5 years or more, it's like, oh, it's like, Ford Expedition, people I know, cars, like, vehicle, all that, yeah, Ford Expeditions, they're pretty good cars. They're gas guzzlers, but other than that, they're pretty good. Except that it has the father bought 1991 F-150 kept until 2017, all the way until he died. Low, low, or barely rust. Oh wow, took good care of it, huh? Pampered it. F-150s are good trucks. Mine had the four-wheel drive. Did yours? Did his have a four-wheel drive, or was it just regular standard two-wheel drive, rear drive? That's amazing. 1991 Ford, 15 years old. Quite long. Four-wheel drive. Uh, my brother-in-law's expedition is four-wheel drive. It's another thing if you lived in Minnesota, you know, it's just better that you had a four-wheel drive. That's what I did. All my vehicles, for the exception of maybe two of them, didn't have four-wheel drive. The others had four-wheel drive. Very good. Long expedition was four-wheel drive. That's standard. And it's one truck until five. Oh wow, yeah. Oh, well, you guys, yeah, take a step here so I can check the backstage real quick here. You passed it off, huh? My mom's Camry was such a piece of shit. I called it a piece of shit. And it stalled on my mom. Man, usually them Camrys are pretty good, but okay. You know, just like anything else, you can always get stuck with the lemon every now and then. Yeah, you pissed it off, all right. Call me a piece of shit. Clunk, clunk. I ain't going any further until you apologize. sometimes our cars take on a characteristic and like understand you. So, and we got to grade, so 8th grade, and so it got me great, 8th grade. Yeah, I can imagine so. It was probably Christine in the making. Or Christine reincarnated into a different car instead of the Chevy. For them to tell my mom she was displaced in the yeah, yeah, it showed you, huh? I'm messed up, man. What kind of car does that to somebody? Jeez, man. Oh, I heard a boop. I hear a boop. Somebody there. Hey, it's the porch man. Okay, you're going live in 3, 2, 2.5.
Hey, what's up, bulldog?
Hey, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm
That's good.
hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that when Bridget does, they do Dougie's funeral, that that they can at least be decent enough to share it with us all.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I watched the video kid behind the camera did, and that kind of made me sick of what he had to say.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even want a commentary on it because honestly, I know we know how it is, and
Hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I just want to strike it up as that, she's going through some emotions, some things.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up the negativity anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the man's not even cremated yet.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. It's not appropriate.
Hmm.
And I just don't want to feed into it. I don't.
I understand that.
Yeah, I think it's just like time um, that maybe we do need to move on from it because the thing of it is, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all know what they're gonna do. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll ask for subscribers. That's gonna be on them. Right? How they handle this situation can determine, you know, but as far as the strife and the animosity over this whole ordeal, it's done. We need to move on from it.
Yeah. I was watching
You
a
know,
pretty good Mark Wahlberg movie on the TV the other day.
yeah,
A movie called Mile 22.
mile 22.
It was about some, I don't know, it was like some military black ops movie, and Mark Wahlberg had to take down all these rogue soldiers. I mean, it was pretty good. I still got to finish a bit of it, but I mean, it was pretty good. I thought.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Well, it does sound interesting.
And I got a whole new carton of orange juice, so that's pretty good.
You're right, Ford. Doug, Doug had health issues. That's right.
And then I just got back from the Walmart yesterday at about 7 o'clock. But I mean, it's getting to the point where like Walmart's like $2 for an apple. I just
$2
find
for
that
what?
for an
$2 for what?
apple, like a red apple, it's $2
For
for a red
one
apple.
apple?
Yeah.
Forget it. You can get it elsewhere.
Woo! That cracks me up. Uh,
Yeah, because hell, you can go find an apple tree and pick one for free.
yeah.
And rip it off and charge you $2 for an apple. That's not appropriate.
Yeah. Whew. Oh man. Woo.
Wait till Trump gets in the office. Watch the prices of all that is gonna come down. Watch.
Yeah.
Watch Michael Green since middle class passing this channel has declined. Well, a lot of it had to do with this whole ordeal related around his relationship with Doug. He lost a lot of his subscribers over a lot of that. And if he persists in doing what he's doing, you know, it just makes it pointless to do any other negative stuff. You know, he's putting his foot in his mouth by every time him putting out a video and trying to discern as to who's being the truth teller and who's being the liar.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, he's starting to overstep his things and put his own foot in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, and really, I don't even want to bring in any of this part up because honestly, I don't think people are dumb. People follow their videos for the longest time. Me, I dropped out of the equation and haven't watched his videos for a while. Up until one day I was talking to Doug, and Doug mentioned something about a photo or something, and he said that he had put a video out on it, and I went back and looked at it or checked it out, and I was dumbfounded. I was like, dude, you realize this is proof, right? And he goes, what do you mean? Put it two and two together, figure that shit out. If he's trying to admit that you had done something like this, which is asinine, because I gotta say, if he put out this picture like he was portraying, where's my picture? Why didn't I get a picture of it? Not that I would ever want a picture of somebody in a body bag being hoisted out of a house, but if this is true, why didn't he send something like that to me? I was his best friend. I was there with him through the whole duration through this. I'm classified as one of his groupies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, Doug never did anything of the sort. When he told me at first, when he told me there was a video out, I wanted to like let it go, but he gave me the name of the video, and I went ahead and I checked it out. Sure shit, he did put a video out like that, and I'm going, that's just stupid because all this time he's talking. Here, hold on. No, they he coming up all hot now. Yes. Uh, So anyway, so I'm like, dude, that's like an admission because the whole duration of this bullshit, they're saying what? They're saying that he was never there when AGP had passed away. But yet, wouldn't something like that prove that he was there?
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. I'm going, yeah, that's proof he was there. That if you're acknowledging or thinking that you've done something of the sort like that, that only proves that he was there.
Yeah.
And I never streamed or brought any of it out or talked about it or because I didn't want to get tied up in that bullshit. I was figuring, well, just let bygones be bygones. Keep just working on trying to open that line of communication of trying to be in your daughter's life. Be that way. Keep on the positive. Keep going that route.
Yeah.
And regardless if they're putting that shit out there, don't feed into it. Don't let it. And then this the video that they did today, they were he came back that day. He went out there and visited Michael at their house. He came back was saying he met the grandkids and stuff like that. What did Michael and them do? They threw up a video. Ooh, he was he was offended he was being recorded and he's making claims of meeting his grandchildren and he never did. And they were sleeping and yada yada yada. Well, this bit, it's like I said, he's putting his foot in his mouth and he shouldn't say anymore. They need to let bygones be bygones and let shit lie. You know what I mean? Leave it.
Yeah.
The man's not even cremated yet, and they're right back at it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
show the picture of him, what, seeing his grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
So then that means that they're telling us that Doug's lying about seeing his grandchildren on that day, but Yeah, they show a video of him meeting his grandchildren for what they proclaim as the first time, and that's cool. You know, I'm glad they did something like that. But why did they have to make it out that Doug was a liar? That Doug never seen his grandchildren.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who's anybody can see through their facade about the thing with the first grandchild. I get it. I do. Uh, Doug one, wanted to be in Bridget's life one way or another. He he loves his daughter. He would do anything for his daughter. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
Hmm.
Doug was set in his ways. Doug was hardcore. And these two people, they took advantage of that, of that from him. And when she's saying that she needs to have psychological help, I think she's right. I think she should go see a psychiatrist because to carry on with what she that they've been doing for the last, what are they saying, 5 years? I'm sorry, they could have been the grown-ups to say, okay, well, let's stop it here and try and move forward in a positive light. They never did. They held their guns to the day that man died. And that is just a crying shame. It is.
It
It's a
is.
crying shame. It's hard. And they wondered why a lot of people unsubscribed from them and walked away from them.
Yeah.
It's because of them and their behavior and the way they handled things wasn't good. So now this saga here, it's over. You know, Doug is no more.
Yeah.
They shouldn't still be attacking him. It's not appropriate.
Exactly.
You know, people are already coming out with saying, "Oh, they're going to exploit his death." Now they're going to have they have his laptop, they have his cell phone. It's another thing, guys. Like I said, if you have Doug as a moderator on your channel, you got to take his wrench because of the fact that these people will now have access to what Doug has. And I don't know if they'll do this in a malicious way of messing with people, but it is what it is. You got to protect your channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing, brother? I'm glad to see you came in.
Yeah. It was good to come up here again.
Yeah, Doug's been trying. He was trying really hard to close the gap to try to appease Michael and I get it.
Yeah.
He's he would you know he's thick-headed sometimes. There ain't no doubt about it. You know, some of the things he did was of his own demise kind of ordeal. But out of the 5 years, Bridget and Michael, you can't say that there hasn't been some kind of improvement because he's had a lot of good people that stood by him to show him, to be more positive. Because I think I think you two people took advantage of that man's ignorance. And the thing of it is, Michael, regardless of how you might want to admit or deny or whatever. But marrying his daughter, you were part of his life. One way or another, he's family to you. You guys should have helped him in any way possible instead of relying on strangers to do it. The thing that pisses me off, the fact that you having access to his phone, is having access to his cash app. If by any chance he kept his passwords down on his laptop or whatever the case may be to keep track of the shit, they'll look through and see whatever that man's got now. And by the way, little Mr. Michael, just so you know, because you know how that shit works, any funds come missing out of any of that man's stuff will be recorded. It'll be recorded by the time and date, and anything forward after 9:12 p.m. yesterday, you'll be screwed. They'll know it's going to come from you. Now, granted, he didn't get his phone right away. I asked Ollie if Ollie would take possession of that phone because of the controversy that happened before when he was in the hospital. I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. But as she had told me, Bridget and them, they're going to be in possession of it. So they went over, and there's not a thing she can do about it. You know, if she withholds it in any way, they can seek prosecution. And even I don't want Ollie to get in any kind of trouble. But she's told me that they're going to be in possession of it and that they're going to obtain and get his electronic devices and stuff. So whatever he has, they've got ammunition right there. Ammunition they don't need to do. If there's a heart in their chest, any form of compassion, they would let all this shit lie. The man has passed away. He's passed away and he can't defend himself in any way, shape, or form. As
Mm-hmm.
far as these guys are concerned, that dog, that fiction, that part of their life is over. And they should just move on.
Yeah.
Remember whatever good times you had of them, whatever it may be. You know damn well Doug is not this monster because no monster would ever pay child support for 18 years
Mm-hmm.
and do it. You know, I mean, come on. That man has had problems through life. His education obviously speaks for itself. It's not
Mm-hmm.
that high, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with not having that good of an education. But you know what? That man was a strong-hearted man. He believed in his values. He believed in being able to get up and work every day. He strived to do what he could in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so to drag him even further into any kind of mud would just be inappropriate. It would be. It would be very inappropriate. Let lying dogs lie, move forward, and do the best you can to raise those two beautiful children you guys have. You know, keep doing you. Right, guys?
Oh yeah.
That makes sense. God bless. Work hard. Wow, Michael. Wow, Michael. Well, yeah. Doug was a survivalist kind of person. You know, um, his mother held everything together basically, and when his mother passed away, it hit home with him pretty hardcore. Me, if I was in that type of situation that they were in, I would have helped in any way I could. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I mean, I did help Doug a lot. I won't beat it around the bush. I'm sure they're gonna find out I was a good donor to Doug. I was constantly sending him money, and I didn't mind doing it. I didn't mind doing it at all, regardless of whatever the situation was with him. I know deep in his heart he was a good person,
Yeah.
and I didn't mind doing it. But if they get access to it, if they get access to his shit, they're gonna see it. They're gonna know it. I just don't want doing. I don't want them doing anything negative. They should just let the shit lie and leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Poor man had to sleep in his car while they slept in a nice comfortable bed. Yeah, you're right. Regardless of the situation, that they should have they should have helped him. That
Yeah.
bullshit that Nick
Yeah, they
that
should have.
bullshit that that bullshit that Nick pulled, he should have saw right through that shit. Now look at who's being brought up on charges for doing what he was trying to accuse Doug of. And that wouldn't that's something. Our father never did any such a thing, and then it came right on out that he had been doing it. No, no, you guys call yourself family, and that you got family morals. See, you kept on your side of the family, Mr. Michael. You didn't let Bridget be on her side of her. I mean, you're siding with the mother wholeheartedly. You guys didn't give him that kind of fucking break. And that's your followers see right through that shit. They see right through it. It surprises me that you still have the following that you have when you treated this man like dirt. You could have been the bigger man. You could have been, you know, but you took advantage of this man's weakness and you rode it for what it was worth. That's why I always stood up for him. When I found whenever that man was being attacked, I stood up and said something. Bridget Ward, hey hon, how you doing? I wonder if Bridget and Michael are happy now. Well, look, see, I didn't want to get into this. Honestly, I didn't want to talk about any of this crap. Nobody's happy for anybody dying. Well, I don't know because a few videos back, she was wishing her father would die already, but now she's standing here retracting it. Guys, what have I been saying for the last year or two? You know, for the last year or two, I've been trying to get them to be more of a positive thing instead of a negative thing. I did that because I experienced about the same damn thing. Richard, that's why I put my insight in on it. That's right. I felt the same day. I was in the shoes that you're about ready to travel down. Okay, that you're fixing to go down, and it's going to be a hard road for you, huh? I hate to say it, but it is. And I'm hoping that when you and Doug were communicating, that somehow, whatever the forgiveness thing that you guys were going on and doing, that it did succumb to pass and that you can have peace with it. Because the reason why I intervened in this way was for a good reason, very good reason. When I was growing up in foster care, mind you, I slammed my father. I didn't like my father. I thought my father was a deadbeat. That's all I could portray him as because he was an alcoholic. He was someone who was violent, someone that didn't have a lick in the world but contained to him. Okay, and it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. And one day, one of the teaching parents didn't like my attitude toward the whole situation and sat me down and had a good conversation with me over the adequates of knowing that, well, if you really don't know your father, you really should try to take the time to get to know your father. Because here's the thing, if you don't take that time to bury any form of hatchet you could have with your father, when your father passes away, all that you're going to have of him is negative, nothing positive.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is it'll eat at you throughout your life, knowing that you missed an opportunity to try to physically get to know your father. Because when my father did what he did, I was an infant. And then throughout my years growing up as a child, I just heard it from the home. Okay. So with those words of wisdom that was sprung by me, by others growing up, I took a leap of faith and took a chance on it, and went and located my father. And I went out and met him, greeted him. Hell, I lived with the man. Now, the man wasn't at all the best person. He wasn't. He was still an alcoholic. He still was being that way, but I got to see from my own eyes and I got to experience it myself. So later down the road, when he passed, I felt at ease of knowing that at least I took the chance, the time to try to rekindle what I could to know my father. This is a little bit of the same type of situation. You got some things that threw up at you. You weren't in his life very often. This was your opportunity to be like that with your father. Now, I don't know. I don't know uh, fully of your situation. I get it, but it's the same type of deal. I hope that I hope in a way that you're gonna find peace in your heart and move on and be able to be okay with the way that you and your father have left things. But do know this. You know, a lot of people watched you guys over the years, and it just doesn't sit right with a lot of people with all the negativity. It doesn't. You can't blame the people that have left your channel. And if you keep going with the way that you are, you will just self implode yourselves. So here's my advice. Like I said, wipe the slate. Move on from all this shit. Move on with it. If you got positive memories of your dad, like you said, hang on to those. Fuck all the negative shit. Leave all of that behind. All of that is buried. Makes sense, guys?
Oh yeah.
Let's start our crew. Let's try to get your subscriber count back up. Let's try to work on just being the loving parents that you're being with your kids. Because what you displayed here with Doug, it's late, too late to go back on it. What's late is play. What has been played is late. Or, uh, I hope I said that right. What's played is late. Wow. Anyway, we love. We and see. We're getting this. We love. Didn't matter. You know, not. We know Doug wasn't perfect. We all have full knowledge of that. But you know something? Doug was your father. He was. He was. He was a father. He's worked for his licks in life. He's worked for everything that he has, including the respect that he should have had from his own kid, whom he had supported from day one. But thank you, Bridget. Yeah, we all love. Yeah, Bridget says, anyways, we love them, and we do. We all love them. And I'm sorry, I gotta call the no homo thing out there because I can fly that way, but I think you can grasp the concept when I say I love him
Yeah.
as a brother.
Yeah.
You know, it should have been us supporting him. You know, he was on disability. He knew he couldn't go back to work. He was destitute. You know, people do desperate things in need of, you know, the man was having everybody who was supposed to mean something to him scattered from his life.
Yeah.
He was depressed. He was a depressed individual that didn't want to go on anymore.
Yeah.
And despite it all, through all the help that I could give, it wasn't enough. And that I regret. You know, I feel the same tremors as Doug. As you guys know, I have children of my own, but I'm not in that type of position like Doug was with his. Okay. I mean, I do try to have some form of communication with my children. I do. And I admit it, Doug was a bigger man than I was. At least that man was able to afford to pay child support for his children. I could, and with my situation, is I wanted to be there for my children wholeheartedly, 110%. So yeah, I wanted to help Doug smooth things over with his daughter. I wanted good things for him and his daughter's relationship to be a good one. I tried. I did my best. And did I owe that to Doug to do that or to Bridget? No, but it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do. Help one another, love one another. You know, as Christ said, love one another for I have loved you.
Yeah.
Help a man when he's down. And you know what? And I have financial problems of my own. I do. But I am in a better state of situation than what Doug was. And I still had my hand out to help them. I'm facing shit of my own. You know, it's funny, I don't have
Yeah.
anybody helping me. But you know what? That's okay. Because you know what? I know that my kindness comes back tenfold, one good way or another. Be kind to one another. That's my big thing. Be kind to one another. Love one another. Family is supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jesus Christ. Even though Michael, you got issues with your brother, you should set that. Try to work things out. At least try. You know, I. I got an older brother that was a major fuck up, but I don't wish anything bad upon him. I would want him to have a better life than what he's led. And I'm not shitting you guys. You can look him up. He he just screws up left and right. And it's a crying shame. Man's more older than I am. I should be leading. He should be leading me, but I I can't grab his reins because of the fact that he doesn't do the right things in life. But that's here nor there. He still would be my brother. Now, granted, I'm not saying go let the man move in with you and everything. I get it. He's crossed the bridge or whatever the case may be. Because my brother did the same thing. He crossed the bridge that there's no return, but it doesn't mean that I got to be rotten to the man. And I'm not being rotten to him. I just figure he'll be rotten to himself. The damage that in his life he's gonna do to himself.
Well, Bulldog, I'm gonna head out. I gotta go to work in about 30 something minutes.
Okay, brother. Hey,
You have a good one, Bulldog.
I appreciate you coming up with me, man.
I gotcha. You have a good one. See y'all.
Much love to you.
Much love, brother. Much love.
All right. Anybody else wanting to come up on panel, you can do so by clicking on that link that's been dropped in the comments. Bulldog, you are a good man as well. We love you too. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Bridget. Oh, sure. 307. Another person I miss having around. Oh, hey, no problem, Portsman. I enjoy having you up. I miss I Am Wrath. I wish he was still around. Because if Mr. Wrath was around and he had saw that video that they put out, I think he would have been disgusted by it as well. And to end on a note of her looking in the camera and like, fuck you. That, oh God, man. Oh, what the hell? Who the hell is this guy? Holy moly. Well, anyways, oh, Bruce says that's true. I don't know why the fuck they got it. That's true. All right. Anyways, guys, I don't know. I just don't. I stopped watching Kid Behind the Camera for the last what 6 months or better. I gotta check on something real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. There. Okay. So what do we see? Okay. Michael's a selfish bastard who just cares about himself. When he was living in his car, people were giving him food, rest, and peace. Good man, lovely man. I can't believe he's really gone. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, great. Bulldog, you're a good man as well. We love you too. Thank you for having me, Bulldog. Okay. Much love to you as well. I am Wrath was cool. Yes, I am Wrath was real cool. I miss him. I am Wrath would be disgusted with Michael. Yeah, I think he would have been too. What's he doing still? That's true. Everyone should stop watching him and subscribe from him. Well, Bridget, I mean, I don't really wish things on him like that. I mean, before, yeah, I used to go that route of doing that. But you know what point would it be? You know, I stopped watching Michael Green since maybe that, all the drama videos he's been doing ever since. Yeah, a lot of people felt that way since he's begun milking his father's death, and it's about to milk and capitalize off Doug. See, this is what people are going to be worried about you doing, Michael, because your record perceives you. Off of Doug West's death for more money and more views, which is disrespectful and sickening. Yep, I agree. Michael has no morals. Yeah, that I can agree with that. I'm sorry, Michael, because you know I don't think you do have morals or values. Michael Green reminds me of Scotty Gilmore making misleading uh, some this situational clickbait videos and eating the same dead horse. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, he does. Does, doesn't he? But now, just to put it out there, uh, AGP did want him to continue on with I mean, that's something that he did. He told him in the hospital he wanted him to do. So that's something that even I gotta get behind to say that's okay. To throw up a memory of him and stuff like that. I don't think there's anything wrong in that. Honestly, I don't. And if he's making a few bucks off of doing that kind of ordeal, well, it's something his father wanted. That he told Michael he felt comfortable with him doing that. That was the purpose of him doing it. Michael did, however, make an awful lot of money off of his father. So when he's throwing up, he bought him a car, and he bought him this, and he bought him that. Well, that's because he was involved in it. He was involved in the making of the money. Good morning. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Swipes. Yeah, I hope I pronounced that right, but I may not have. Sorry. This feels so different. I'm still in shock about Dougie's death. Yeah, I know. We all are. Oh yeah, Michael Bill Road, 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. But angry grandpa. Yeah, he made sure that anything related around AGP was put in his name. Oh, Bridget's dad. Well, Bridget's dad was. You hear that, Michael? I mean, you jumped forward really quick to help your dad when your dad was struggling. No problems there. But yeah, then we got to hear stuff like this. Uh, this is what people are going to remember you for, Michael. Stuff like this. This was coming from people that were previously your fans. That since everything broke out and did what it did, and you're just dumbfucked as to wonder why you lost your subscribers, that it was just you lost your subscribers because of the animosity you had with Doug. There was no working nothing out. You had to prove that you were the bigger man. My dick's bigger than your dick. And that didn't dawn on you that Doug is your fucking elder. And therefore you should respect your elders. And if your dad taught you to treat your elders the way you do, then that says a lot about AGP. You're a reflection of your father. So if these followers are looking at you like you're rotten, what does that say about your dad? See, if it's me, I would want to reflect that, to where people see my demeanor and go, well, God, you must have a good father or a good upbringing. Oh, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have the best upbringing. But I tell you what, I had a better shot at life or a better shot of chance of having some kind of a regular life being in the foster care instead of going through what my actual family was going through. So I was catered and taught better than they were. As a matter of fact, I've gotten a lot of compliments over the years related around that. I've had a lot of people tell me, you don't act anything of your family. You're a lot more nicer, calmer, and easier to get along with. And you know what's funny? I'm not a college person. I'm not a college graduate or any of that stuff. My education isn't at all the best either. I just was around people that behaved better, and therefore it showed. Um, um, oh, no, fuck, Flucky. Hello. I know I probably tore the hell out of your name there. Sorry about that. There you go. I'll put you up on the screen and say hello to you. My mother always tells me your children are a reflection of you. So raise them right. She still tells me this all the time. Yep, that's right. I have been given a lot of compliments on the way I've raised my son. My son has manners. He has values. And mind you, he's autistic too, right? I was a single father raising a kid on his own. My son turned out just fine. Michael should have been charged with, well, I wouldn't put it that really. I don't even want to touch on that. No offense, brother. Michael should have been charged with statutory rape, yada yada yada. I'm not even going to go down that route. I know she was uh, 15 and 21. I don't think it was that much of a gap. No, I don't think it was that much of a gap. 15 and 21, no, he would have been charged. No. I do know that she was underage, but I think it had something to do with more the lines of her being more close to the lines of 17 or something like that. But I don't know. I'm not even going to touch on that. That's a whole different kind of avenue, and you know, it is what it is. Because that right there would reflect as to the raising of how Michael was raised, and if AGP was okay with that kind of thing around, then that would spark, but that would put a bad name on him. And I wouldn't wish that upon anybody like that. Because if Michael would be in the wrong with that, and it'd be out there in the open around his father's parents and stuff like that, and around Bridget's mother, then that should have came out. But you know, it never did. And even though it is what it is, people still hold on to it. It's no big deal. I don't see it as a big deal. Their relationship status, unless she was like, I don't know, 12 and him being 21, or for that matter, if it was like what you're trying to say, 21 and 15, I think something would have been done. I don't think they would have closed a blind eye to that. I think in his video he was stating she was 17 and she had lied about her age, and which could have occurred. And 17 in most states is pretty much legal. It wasn't that the parents were batting such a brow over it, and so therefore nothing can be done about it. And nothing should. You know, I don't think it should. If a parent, if it's that close to adulthood, I don't see any wrong in it. I just don't. Hate to say it, I'm just voicing my own opinion about it, but it's an avenue that I think people shouldn't go down unless she was an actual minor kind of thing. 15 would be way the hell too young, and I think something would have been done. No one would be good in that place. So here we go, bulldog. Remember a name? Oh, yes, sir, I do. I do. I do remember Wicked well, and he's a whole different type of person than he was way back. Him and I are in pretty good terms. We're not, we're good friends. I just hope to don't take down his channel or videos because, yeah, oh no. Doug's channel is going to stay there. It's going to remain there. You guys are able to watch his channels, YouTube, I don't know, for as long as possible. I wouldn't worry about his channel going down. Michael will take the channel down. Well, he doesn't own the channel. Yeah, Michael can't make money off of his channel either. The monies that go into Dougie 2 West channel will most likely go into his estate. Rather that or YouTube will probably take the monetization away. so that way no funds can be drawn from it anymore. I just hope they don't take. That's who I am. Oh, okay. Michael won't take the. I hope Michael doesn't gain access to it. Well, I hope he doesn't either, brother. But he's gonna have. They're gonna have his laptop and his phone. So I hope the authorities can step in and intervene in that way. Honestly, I do because you know he gets a hold of that stuff, and next thing you know, shit's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up in not such a good way. What should happen to Doug's channel? Well, first of all, either one of two things has to take place because he is deceased. I don't think um, YouTube will probably take his monetization. I think it would be appropriate for them to do that. That should be given to his sister. I don't know. As a matter of fact, I think his sister should speak up on some of this stuff when it comes to, well, I don't know. Him and Cindy were never married, so um, I imagine his sister probably could, even though his daughter could definitely do some damage. She can definitely do things because of the fact she's a descendant of him. Well, everyone's all good, be good. I'm gonna go, but this buddy, that's good. All right, Mr. Gordon, I'm talking about any money. Well, I don't know. It'll all have to go into a probate and be decided by a probate judge. If Doug has a will or anything like that, that would be a good thing. But I don't think he does. Yeah, I don't think he does. I've had that type of discussion with him at one point in time, and if my memory serves me right, he was telling me, "What do I have to believe anybody?" But you just never know if it does occur because if that monetization keeps going, it's going to collect on his behalf. And so I don't know how that's going to work out. To tell you, all I know is any funds that's accrued after his death will have to be put in probate. why I was saying what I was saying about if they gain access and they spend $1 off of Cash App or anything related around him, she can be prosecuted in close exempt of law. Because it has to go through a probate. She has to have it signed off. I'm just worried about, hey, Mr. Whistle, you'd rather do that than get that. Yeah, I'm afraid you'd probably be right about that, Bridget. Now Michael uploaded a video of him smashing a TV on the Angry Grandpa channel. Yeah, he did that with lots of, you know, lots of stuff. Michael gain access to Doug West's channel, he will ruin it. Yeah, I imagine if they got access to Doug's stuff, they'll delete his videos. I do believe that. Let's see. Michael doesn't get Michael has no morals. He is friends with child abusers and predators like Daddy Five and Nick Welsh. I don't know who Daddy Five is. Never heard of him. Lobby. It would be nice if I had that's so Dougie, Dougie would have been the best grandfather. I think he would have too. I think Dougie would have been a fine grandfather. Go through the video with the screen. Look up Nick Welsh. It says he's a yeah, well, yeah. He was already a convicted person beforehand, but he only made things worse for himself, and that's a crying shame. Michael is Mr. Blobby. Oh my God. You would have taught little Mikey how to fish and everything. They'd be like twins. Yeah, really. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that would have been an awesome thing for Dougie. I bet Dougie would have enjoyed the shit out of that too. You said he is gonna be charged with what he tried to claim Dougie did. Yeah, I mean that shit. I called that shit right out. Later on, the daughter was making them allegations about her own dad. She came out of that closet of doing that after the dad went after the mother. Home dude showed up at her new house that she moved to and had every intention of doing her harm. He broke into her house and he got caught by the police and he got rearrested. And after the outcome of that whole ordeal, he started coming out and it started coming out that he had been inappropriately doing shit with his own daughter. How fucked up is that? Sad part about this is that they are already trying to profit from Ducky's death, and they're doing this until they find something else to make content about. Well, that's here nor there. Now, I've had good discussions with Douglas relating around that kind of ordeal. When I've had him up on panels and stuff like that, you know, he would tell me to put commercials in the stuff, and I'd tell him no. I didn't feel comfortable doing that kind of thing because that's like making money off of him. I didn't want to go down that route. And he was telling me, he says, dude, just do it. I'm not, look, don't worry about it. Do it. I still have a problem with wanting to do something like that because I didn't want to make not $1 off of him. Period. It was never ever my intent to do anything of the sort. Now I don't put commercials on a lot of my stuff, and the only reason for it is because, well, I don't know. One day I figured out how to do the damn thing, and I went to go monetize one of the videos one day, and it came back as a hit for misinformation. And when I viewed over the video that they were marking as medical misinformation, there was nothing in it that had anything medical discussed or anything. Nothing mentioned of anything. And when I contested it, they stood by it. That kind of disturbed me to the point that I don't even try to put commercials on any of my stuff. I don't care to participate in their bullshit. How can Michael call Doug a dead, deadbeat father who never saw or spoke to Bridget, a deadbeat father who called You know, when he sat there and went off on this rant and rave about Doug, Doug demanding or wanting him to support him and this, that, and the other thing, that was a crock of shit. Anytime Doug had his hand out to ask for help, he shut the door on him. But you know, his sister sure the fuck is there all a lot. He doesn't have money giving money to his sister, even though his sister works and everything and what have you not. He still gives money to her. And then, of course, there's Bridget's mom. He ain't got no problem giving money to her either or supporting her. That was so mature of him to rub Bridget's mother and stepdad in his face. That was really mature. Jimmy will be the kids' grandfather growing up. You'll never have anything. How dare him? How dare him? He had no right putting Doug through that. None whatsoever. And then when he turns around and he bashes his followers, Doug's followers, by saying that they're making it, you know, that they should mind their own business. Well, here's food for thought. Don't jump up online and cast out the bullshit and make it our business. Right? You want something to be private, keep it private. You want something to be the public's business, come on a platform like this and talk about it and make it their business. I mean, the stupidity of people, it's overwhelming. Michael even said how Doug said to not uh, knock on their what? Knock on their doorstep if Bridget had a miscarriage. Look, now this is the part right here where it's a little confusing because Doug went off on his rant about that whole ordeal because a few times Michael and Bridget, I guess they were pranking the public into making them believe that Bridget was pregnant when she wasn't. And I imagine it got Doug's hopes up. And he was excited about it just to find that it wasn't true. And yeah, Doug did do some things, but I think Doug did the things he did for the YouTube drama bit in that regard because Doug's told me a lot. Drama sells. You know, in that kind of respectable way. So is it right for Doug to buy into it? No, that part I don't agree with. I don't think he should make. I don't think Doug should have made statements like he had. I think he should. I think he knew better than that. But I knew that, you know, I grasped the concept of him knowing YouTube being YouTube. He knows that it brings viewers in, that people want to hang on to a saga that's their kind of ordeal. But I don't think he should have ever been written out of their life like he was some plague or something. Yeah, spite them. I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. He did it to spite him. I mean, that's just like him airing that shit with his brother, putting his brother on the spot, knowing his brother had no nowhere to go, nothing to do. What did he do? He went and put a camera in his face and paid him to say what he said on camera. Michael did what he's done for, you know, I think YouTube should shut Michael's channel down. But see, YouTube likes what they're doing. They promote this kind of shit. It draws in viewers to its platform. Start something by lying to me in a comment section. Oh wow. I hate how Doug is over every small thing, and Michael is painted as the victim. Michael is no victim. See, by you guys walking away from Michael and proves that Michael is not no victim. Michael is smart. He's not a dumb kid. He knows what he's doing. You know, he does take time to step back, evaluate a situation, and he knows how to play it. He knows how to play it to the hill. Uh, the wolf tried to tell me that bulldog betrayed Dougie, but I don't really. No, I would never betray Dougie. Walter, Wolf, he is a troll, trying to Wolf, which one? I know a couple wolves. I would never support Michael Green, who's a glorified child. I don't know. I don't know of any of that stupid shit. Honestly, I don't think Michael would stoop that low to be something like that. To be a child abuser? I don't know what you're meaning by that. I think you'll mentally stunt them, but the kids, that part I do believe. But as far as physically, I don't see him. I don't think he would be physically abusive toward his children. Yeah, he has betrayed his nephew, and I can't believe his nephew still wants to be around him. I don't think he's learned his lesson yet. All his so, and that's another thing. Supposedly, some things have come to light as far as that nephew's concerned. He kicked his brother out of his life over the shit that his nephew's doing. That just, yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. I, well, in a way, it kind of does. At least the nephew's young enough that You know he's a young adult. Yeah, and I don't want to touch on that type of topic anyway. That's probably not a good thing to touch on because I don't know much about it. I just know he's gone down a rough path a little bit here and there. But he's young. He's young like everybody else. He'll learn. His profile pic is a pit bull. Wow. Okay. I'll have to look out for that. Um, there's a video of Michael Green in a Michael Myers mask. Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Bulldog, I know that you are a great guy and that you would never ever betray Dougie. I fully take your side and have always taken your side since I've subscribed to you. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, brother. It means a lot. I mean, I don't agree with everything that Doug does, but like I said, I make sense of the fucking matter. And I'm not out there to cast him or throw him under a back tire or to downsize or put him down or anything like that. If anything, I've always lifted him up. Lifted him up to say, hey, look, let's make things better. Let's do things that are good. How Michael versus the first thing monetization of all channels. He's got access to on YouTube. See, I don't want to go there and wish the man misfortune. I don't. I don't wish that upon him because if you wish that upon him and something like that was to come true, then who's going to support his children? You see, you got to think. You got to think. You know, I don't wish harm upon others. I don't wish harm upon him. I don't. I don't wish harm upon anybody. I know sometimes, your thought pattern can get the better of you, and sometimes you can say things you don't mean. But hindsight of it all, you shouldn't really wish harm upon others or even misfortunes. Granted, God will take care of it. God will take care of it. That'd be the first step of being banned from YouTube. And then YouTube shuts down his channel. Well, it's like I said, it's what he does in life will catch up with him. Either what he does in life can bless him or it can curse him. That's for God to decide. That's not, you know, from both God. Michael being partnered with a jug of nuggets before. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. I know the failure of that one app that they had that, man, I went and checked it out and it was nothing but a scam. I was like, no, I uninstalled that shit as quick as I installed it. What was it called? Wildfire or something like that? Or it was trying to portray that it had better freedoms than YouTube, and here it was just bullshit. The whole thing was bullshit. Not only were they begging for money from people right off the bat and trying to get you to spend money with them, but if you want to put videos up on their platform, it's got to be reviewed by a panel. Well, that's not having the freedom of putting up content. That and then to add insult to injury, the idiot tried to take and sell his platform to YouTube. YouTube told him right where to go. I Storyfire, that's the name of it. If you wanted angry grandpa style videos, he could collaborate with Jugger Nuggets and Psycho Dad, or have anyone who would fit the angry grandpa role take over. I don't know about that. I don't know. Angry Grandpa is something that you couldn't replace. I'm sorry. Even I agree with Michael on that one. Nobody can fill that man's shoes. Anything other would be, I don't know, just AGP was unique. Michael wouldn't do that. He would have to share the money. Yeah. Michael Green has 0 subscribers, it's nobody's fault but himself. Yeah, I agree. That is correct. Which I don't wish that upon him. I wish that they, you know, do better, and prosper well with this channel. And I don't know. I honestly, I just putting it out there, being how he started on the pranking thing, I mean, and that was the big hit with AGP. I think it should be passed on by his kids. His kids should prank him. I mean, I think he should sketch stuff like that in. I think that would be more appropriate. And, I mean, not harsh stuff, like, uh, but I have a funny feeling stuff like that will probably be in the works when the kids are a little older. I have a funny feeling. And I think that would be entertaining. Honestly, I think it would. I think it would be entertaining. No, nobody jumped on the panel. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be entertaining. I think people would really enjoy it. Like I don't know. I can see him running a skit where He goes down to snitch a bite of Michael's food. The daughter's right there with a plate of whipped cream and smacks Dad in the face and goes, "Hey, that's his food. Go eat your own." Yeah, little stuff like that. You know, I don't know, but that's the for me. I'm a humorous person. Maybe that won't be humor. I don't know, but I think Michael is smart enough to do something like that, and it turned out to be successful. I think, well, I, I'll do that. Michael Green is going to regret the way he treated Doug West. No, he won't. You got to have heart in order to feel regret, and I don't think he will. That's just my own observation. I don't think he ever will. It's going to come back to haunt him one day. Mm, Again, I'm going to have to say no on that one. I don't think it ever will come back to haunt. Well, it could. It could. Oh, yeah, that's right, Bridget. Dougie will come back and haunt him. He makes sure them kids are going to be grown up right. Yeah, Dougie will make sure they're grown up right. Because he going to hang over. They do that Ouija board shit there. Oh, fucking Dougie will come out there and he'll be like, "Michael, now I get to kick you in the ass." I don't think that he cares that he hurts people. Yeah, I don't think so either. With his selfish actions. Yeah. Well, to each his own. I hope he can learn from his life experiences, and I hope he gets better at his life decisions. A little bit of oh, mm. Yeah, Doug will have the last laugh. That's for sure. You bet you'll hear some strange noises tonight. Yeah, probably will. Probably walk around this house and change, haunting them. And every night. Oh my God. Now, hear his voice. Yeah, probably. All right, guys. Well, I do have to wrap this up. And I can only hope he'll do the right things in life, but we'll see. We will see. So until next time, guys, please stay strong. Hang in there. We'll see you guys on the next one. So peace out. Love you all.